The Coniston Massacre, 7th of August, 1928, one of Australia's worst massacre killings, killing almost 60 Aboriginal men, women, and even children. How did this all start, though? It started when Fred Brooks, a white dingo trapper, was found murdered on Coniston Station. It was clear he had been killed with traditional weapons. The two men guilty for this crime were two Aboriginal men named Padigar and Arikra. These two men were arrested, but not severely charged. Later found out after investigation, Fred Brooks was thought to have been breaking the rules of traditional Aboriginal marriage. Due to this, a appraisal was formed, which had varied in the group of people from policemen to just normal citizens. One of these people included Jack Saxby. Soon after this group was formed, 60 Aboriginal men, women, and even children had found being dead. Jack Saxby claims it was in personal defense. Quote, I always carry a revolver on my tours and consider it necessary. I have always had occasions to shoot at blacks before this trouble. I have to shoot to kill. None of these men were arrested as they were believed to be acting in self-defense. This shocked Australia as they realized how poor the justice system was. When the two Aboriginal men killed the man, they were not severely charged, although after that almost 60 Aboriginal men and women were killed, and yet no man was charged. This massacre was the biggest massacre in Australian history, causing the deaths of many Aboriginals, and was hoped to never be repeated again.
During Australia's time in the war, Australia, in a sense, started to get their own identity as a country. As they were seen during the war as rough and tough, they showed true mateship. On returning from the war, being good at fighting and shooting guns was not a very good attribute to have when you're trying to live a normal life. This is why many soldiers found it hard to get back into the daily drill of normal life. Although many Australians didn't even get back home until even a year after the war because of lack of seats on boats, or they were just in hospital. To help the soldiers get back on their feet, they were given each small plots of land as part of the soldier settlement scheme. Although this was taken advantage of, as 12,000 soldiers in Victoria took advantage of the scheme, the government also, furthermore, helped the soldiers by creating the RSL, or Returning Soldiers League. This was a place where soldiers could talk about their times in the war with other soldiers and relax. Even though these young men and also older men were given these plots of land and also access and rights to the RSL, these soldiers would never be the same, as they were scarred for life through the horrors of war. But it was not all bad, as after this, the nation's women had become even more independent because they had to support the family during the war by doing a man's job. This was because the men were either dead, wounded, or unable to work after the war.